Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my top convenience items that I get at Trader Joe's. These are items that make it easy for you to stay fit, and when you don't have a lot of time, as I often don't have a lot of time, and I'm sure you don't either, these are quick, great tasting, healthy options that I can get at Trader Joe's that are going to make my life easy for the week. So we'll start with the first one, and that is the Green Goddess salad dressing and the almond butter turmeric salad dressing. Both of these are incredible. Now, I like to make my own dressings without oil, and I still prefer that because I believe the fresher the better. But when I don't have a lot of time in my week, I love just being able to go in the fridge and grab these. These are both vegan, but for you non-vegans out there, they're so delicious that I'm sure you would love these dressings. It's definitely worth giving them a try. Neither one of them has any oil. They have a very small list of ingredients, which is something that I look for. The calories on the Green Goddess are only 20 calories per 2 tablespoons. And it's very flavorful. So I find that even on a large salad, I usually only use 2 tablespoons. And I feel like I'm actually having a restaurant salad dressing. It's that good. I'm not kidding you. Now the almond butter turmeric has a little bit of fat in it, but it's good fats from the almonds. There's no sugars or preservatives or anything like that added to these salad dressings that you should be worried about. So they don't have as long of a shelf life as the salad dressing that you'll get in a traditional grocery store, but they also don't have the chemicals or the preservatives or anything that you want to keep out of your body. So I highly recommend these two. The next go-to item, and this one's probably my favorite, although it's hard to choose, thank you Trader Joe's, is the eggplant hummus. Now again, I make a lot of my own hummus because most traditional hummus has oil in it, and I try to avoid as much oil as possible. If I'm going to have fats, I want it to come from nuts, avocados, things that have a ton of fiber that fill me up and provide some nutrition. And there's just no benefit to any oil that you would cook or bake with, despite what people might tell you. Yes, olive oil is healthy, I get it. I understand that whole kick, but I'd rather eat olives and get my nutrition that way. So I try to avoid oil as much as possible. This eggplant hummus is delicious and it has no oil. It's got tons of fiber, and it is only 35 calories for 2 tablespoons. So this is a go-to item for me. I'll dip veggies in it, snap peas, carrots, cauliflower, all items that I also can get easily prepared for me at Trader Joe's, pre-washed, packaged, so that I just have to reach in the fridge for a quick snap and dip them in some eggplant hummus. The other thing that's nice about this eggplant hummus is that it works as a great replacement for condiments on a sandwich or in a wrap. Just use this instead of putting any fattening mayonnaise or mustard that's got a ton of sodium in it. Highly, highly, highly recommend this item. My next favorite is the Trader Joe's cauliflower pizza crust. Now, there are a lot of these out on the market. I understand that. There's a lot of companies that make cauliflower pizza crust. What I like about Trader Joe's is it has very few ingredients. It does have some olive oil in it. It does have some fats. So I try not to make this for every night. But this is really great when my family is either having pizza ordered in and I'm jealous, and or a night where I'm preparing a meal for my husband and son who eat red meat and chicken and things like that. So sometimes I'll treat myself to one of these. Warning, you will eat this entire thing by yourself because if you prepare it correctly, this is amazing. Without all the gluten and wheat products and things like that in it. What I typically use this for is I make a wonderful vegan spicy pesto. and it's very thick and rich, and I spread that all over this. On top of that, I put all my favorite veggies, and I'll put a little nutritional yeast instead of using cheese. But if you're a cheese person, go for it. If you like Daya or any of the other cheese alternatives, you could do that too. I just find that it's so fresh and delicious just with the vegan pesto and my favorite veggies on it. And I'll rotate those. Sometimes it's mushrooms, sometimes it's tomatoes out of my garden, sometimes it's peppers, sometimes it's zucchini chopped very fine. So Trader Joe's cauliflower pizza, delish. Next favorite item from Trader Joe's is everything but the bagel sesame seasoning blend. This stuff is the bomb. I put it on everything. It is so good on a salad. It is great on veggies. I'll saute some veggies in a non-stick pan and put a little soy sauce, low sodium soy sauce, also from Trader Joe's, and some of this on it. And my husband and son go crazy, and they love it. And they're the types that would love all the vegetables to be drenched in butter. So to keep us all healthy, I do use a lot of soy sauce, sriracha, and some everything but the bagel seasoning mix. It's got seeds in there, garlic, onion, and yes, it does have some salt, but I find it's not overly salty. So another go-to favorite. I always have this on hand. Next favorite item from Trader Joe's is the wide selection they have of raw nuts. Now there's a lot of places that have a lot of raw nuts, Whole Foods also, right? But Trader Joe's has incredibly attractive pricing for their raw nuts. It's very reasonable. I use raw nuts in everything. So I make like vegan sour cream, vegan dressings, and if I want something creamy, I soak raw cashews overnight, and then I whip them up with some other things, and you'll find that recipe on my blog as well. But I couldn't live without the raw cashews from Trader Joe's because reasonably priced again, and I use them in so many things. Another favorite from Trader Joe's that's going to keep your waistline where you want it to be are these pre-portioned trail mixes and nuts. They have them in almonds, I believe cashews, and this is a raw mix with a little bit of raisins in it. I always keep a couple of these in my purse because if I'm on the go and I get frantic, I don't want to be forced into making a bad food choice. I don't want to end up, God forbid, driving through somewhere or getting myself a smoothie that's just loaded with sugar or making any of those decisions. So if I have a couple of these in my purse, I at least have something for when I get hungry. They cost a little bit more, so you may want to just buy your own nuts and make your own pre-portioned items, but I find the convenience of this warrants the cost because it's just easy for me. And I don't have to measure anything out, I don't have to do anything, and I just throw them in my purse. So they're really great. Trader Joe's has a lot of convenience items like this one. This is the Trader Joe's minced garlic. If I don't have fresh garlic close on hand, again, I think fresh is always the best, but I love this little jar of minced garlic because you can real quickly add the flavor of garlic to a sauce. I'll add it into spaghetti sauces because I'm a garlic fiend. I love garlic and it's so good for you. So having this on hand in case you don't have fresh garlic cloves, or if you're short on time and you don't have time to peel garlic, you don't have time to chop garlic, I have found this to be one of the best tasting ones out there because some of them just don't taste fresh. This one's fantastic. And last but not least, a big one for me is raw nut butters. Again, you can find these a lot of places. Whole Foods is one, but the pricing on Trader Joe's raw nut butters for the amount you get is extremely attractive. I like a raw nut butter, so the nuts have not been roasted, and I don't want any added sugars. And so this one is really good. This is raw almond butter, and it's crunchy, and I will use this frequently throughout the week. I'll make myself a piece of Ezekiel low sodium toast with this, and I'll put some berries on top, and it almost tastes like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So definitely a comfort food for me and one that I love. So there's a lot of great items at Trader Joe's. I go there weekly. These are just my favorites, and I hope you found this informative, and thanks for stopping by. 50 Fit and Amazing. Thank you.